Recent information from inside sources has shed light on the much-anticipated Pacific Rim 3. The upcoming film is set to delve into the mysterious antiverse, the subterranean realm of the kaiju. This new installment will showcase the Pan-Pacific Defense Corps taking the battle directly to the kaiju creators, the precursors, in their own domain. The objective is clear: to eliminate the looming kaiju threat permanently. This storyline aligns with hints dropped in the final scenes of Pacific Rim Uprising. Following the release of Pacific Rim The Black, a Netflix exclusive, fans have been speculating about the future of the franchise and what a third movie might entail. The Black, while a notable addition to the franchise, has received mixed success. This collaboration between Japanese and American creators overseen by Guillermo del Toro expands upon the narrative established in the first two films. Despite the advent of the show, a decade has passed since the original Pacific Rim movie, and fans eagerly anticipate a full-length live-action sequel in Pacific Rim 3. Guillermo del Toro has consistently maintained that Pacific Rim is far from over, with just two films harboring numerous concepts for future expansions. Post the release of the inaugural movie, he presented Warner Brothers with an elaborate blueprint conceiving a vast cinematic universe. This blueprint detailed the intricate mythology of the Pacific Rim world, along with various interwoven storylines. However, the producers chose a slightly altered route, blending elements characteristic of the MonsterVerse into the series. While Uprising met with a mixed response from fans of the original, it proved to be financially viable, paving the way for the development of a third film. Now, 5 years on, the buzz around a potential third movie continues. The filmmakers assure that this new chapter will rectify the previous installment's flaws and strive to recapture the original's acclaim and success. Stephen DeKnight, the director behind the Pacific Rim 2, recently revealed his grand vision for the third film and the potential expansion of the franchise into a comprehensive cinematic universe. In his interview, DeKnight hinted at the ambitious plans for the series, though he kept specific details under wraps. He indicated that the creative team has a clear roadmap for future projects. DeKnight shared insights from the production of the second film, noting that they constantly brainstormed ideas for the third installment, leading to a collection of script drafts. He confirmed that a basic structure for the next film is already in place. Drawing an intriguing comparison, DeKnight likened the Pacific Rim series to the Star Wars saga. He emphasized the possibility of future projects not just being direct sequels but also encompassing spin-offs. These could introduce new storylines, characters, and further explore the universe by weaving in additional narratives. This expansion strategy mirrors the approach taken by other successful cinematic universes, indicating a shift in the Pacific Rim franchise towards a more diversified and expansive storytelling model. DeKnight's comparison to Star Wars suggests a vision for a universe rich in lore and variety, potentially offering audiences a range of different genres and styles within the same overarching narrative. Director also hinted at the incorporation of new technologies and storytelling techniques in future Pacific Rim projects. He stressed the importance of evolving the visual and narrative aspects of the franchise to keep it fresh and engaging for the audience. This could involve exploring new forms of Jaegers and kaiju, along with deepening the mythology of the universe. Moreover, DeKnight expressed a desire to delve deeper into character development and world building. This approach could lead to more nuanced storytelling, with a focus on character backstories and the socio-political landscape of the Pacific Rim universe. The ending of Pacific Rim Uprising, featuring John Boyega as Jake Pentecost, sets an intriguing premise for a potential third film. Jake's declaration of humanity's intent to take the fight to the kaiju in the antiverse hints at a dramatic shift in battlegrounds for the next installment. Imagine a scenario where the war against the kaiju unfolds not on Earth but in their own domain, the mysterious antiverse. This concept opens up fascinating narrative possibilities, particularly if the producers consider integrating the antiverse's origins with the Hollow Earth theory, creating a unified lore. Such a narrative could pave the way for an unprecedented crossover between the Pacific Rim and MonsterVerse franchises. Stephen DeKnight has acknowledged the complexities involved in orchestrating such a crossover, given the need for collaboration. Despite these challenges, the potential for such a project is immense. The conclusion of Uprising laid the foundation for the Pan-Pacific Defense Corps to directly confront the precursors and their kaiju in a bid to avert a looming catastrophe. This storyline, involving Jaegers venturing through a rift to battle the precursors, intriguingly opens up possibilities for an intersection with the MonsterVerse, potentially leading to an encounter with its iconic king of the monsters. However, considering the divergent path taken in Uprising under DeKnight's direction, a path that has been met with mixed reactions, it might be more prudent for him not to helm a crossover of such magnitude. The tone and world building of Pacific Rim 2 differed notably from the more grounded and realistic approach of Guillermo del Toro's original film. Third movie, as envisioned by its creators, is set to be a standalone film, with any potential for a crossover with the MonsterVerse subtly hinted at, possibly in a post-credits scene. The focus for this installment is a return to the realistic narrative and action sequences that were hallmarks of the original movie. This approach is particularly important in re-establishing the authenticity and intensity of the colossal battles between the giant creatures, ensuring that the dynamics of these encounters are both believable and gripping. The original Pacific Rim, often considered underrated, managed to carve out its unique niche in an era dominated by slick, high-budget blockbusters like Transformers. Guillermo del Toro's meticulous attention to detail and his distinctive vision were key to this achievement. In this context, the film stands out as an example where the form perhaps overshadows the content, but this is only a drawback if the form fails to fully engage the audience. However, Pacific Rim succeeded in captivating viewers with its visuals and world building, maintaining its allure even a decade later. Contrastingly, Uprising diverged significantly from del Toro's original vision. It lost the atmospheric depth and the unique design ethos that defined the first film. The sequel was criticized for being idea deficient and failing to contribute meaningfully to the franchise, feeding off the legacy of its predecessor while compromising its integrity. Therefore, with Pacific Rim 3, there is an opportunity and indeed an expectation to revive the franchise's reputation. The creators aim to recapture the essence that made the first film stand out, a blend of captivating visual storytelling and a coherent, engaging world. The hope is that this third installment will not only honor the legacy of the original, but also elevate the entire franchise to new heights. Warner Brothers and Legendary Entertainment face a pivotal task with Pacific Rim 3, delivering a movie that not only satisfies audience expectations, but also stays true to the franchise's roots, avoiding the temptation to conform to prevailing cinematic trends. It's imperative that this third installment stands out as unique and instantly recognizable, maintaining the original film's distinctive allure. The key to the success of Pacific Rim 3 lies in the acknowledgement and correction of the stylistic missteps of Uprising. By returning to the familiar visual and thematic elements that resonated with fans in the first film, the third installment has the potential to recapture the essence of what made Pacific Rim stand out. The challenge is to balance the demands of modern audiences with the need to preserve the franchise's core identity. In doing so, there is optimism and hope among fans and critics alike that Pacific Rim 3 can not only correct the course set by Uprising, but also reinvigorate the franchise. A return to the distinct visual storytelling, the depth of world building, and the captivating narrative style of the original could ensure that the third installment not only captures attention, but also reinstates Pacific Rim as a unique and beloved series in the realm of science fiction cinema. Indeed, the hope is that the filmmakers behind Pacific Rim 3 will grasp the unique essence that defines the franchise and present the audience with a fresh, captivating, and immersive cinematic experience. By staying true to the elements that originally made Pacific Rim stand out, while also infusing new creative energy, they have the opportunity to reignite the passion of longtime fans and attract new ones. Subscribe.